Hey guys, Stephanie here. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to all my new subscribers and all my regular subscribers. It's been a while, yes. I'm okay. Actually, I'm doing really good. I hadn't been feeling well for like the past couple months, and I've been getting like really bad sinus infections. My allergies have been so bad. Like I just felt crappy all the time, just tired, lethargic, and I'm just thinking, well, it's just because of the negativity around me and stuff like that. But then I had like something happen, and I had to go get all my blood work done. I haven't had a full blood work done in probably like 8 months, and I found out I'm severely anemic. So I like had to change my complete diet. Like I literally thought I was gonna die. Like I felt like death. And the thing is because of all the COVID crap with the teachers emailing and the schools, there's another case and this and that. It's like I started like it's like I was subconsciously manifesting symptoms of COVID. So even after getting my blood work and finding out I'm anemic, I went and got a COVID test. And I mean, I don't think people realize how bad we are as a planet, as the world, as the human species undergoing a mass menticide. And it's done through commercials and certain frequencies in songs. And it's done by propaganda. And it's like psychological warfare. You know, it's done by getting in your head and manipulating your thoughts. And you just obey, and you're like a slave to this. It's like we live in a matrix, okay? And you don't realize what's around you anymore. It's it's all bullshit when you think about it. I mean, think about all the civilizations we find that are, you know, 12,000, BC. I mean, we're finding technical advanced civilizations that are past our ability technologically. Okay, we're finding all this stuff out, but then again, it's like you have this part of society that has been slowly indoctrinated over the past several decades, and it's terrifying when you think about it because they're indoctrinated to hate their country, to hate their race, to hate their history, to hate everything. I mean, look at these generations of kids right now. Look at them. They're a hot mess. Not only have they been kept out of school for a year, okay, and everything goes online and all that, but now on top of it, now they can go to school, but like my daughter's teacher emailed, I guess, all of the students' parents, and she said, you know what? Honestly, I should read it. I'll read it to you guys because it honestly pissed me off. Like, I don't know what happened to these teachers when, they got all this online stuff going on. But what really got to me is like this how it's like the schools and the public officials are going to tell parents what they can do, and then the teachers are going to tell us what our kids have to do and what we have to do with them. I mean, no, I don't care. I don't really, I'm just done with it. Hold on, it is amazing. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I want to remind you that all work in this class is to be submitted on Schoolology. Handouts that are given in class when completed. Students are to take a picture of the work and submit it in the posted assignments on Schoolology. I do not accept work to be returned to me in hand. I share a classroom with another teacher, as well as I'm split between two campuses. I do not want the responsibility of keeping track of papers. Students are required to have and maintain their own stuff. No, I'm not kidding you. Look. Ooh, can you see it? Hold on. Shit. It's the lights. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it on there. I can't. Anyways, so I literally I replied, "Isn't that your job as a teacher?" So wait, so your job is inconvenient. So our kids are going to school, but they have to do their assignments online? How does that even make sense? And how dare her? Like, I wish you guys could see it. I'll post it on my Instagram. I'll post the name to my Instagram in this video description. But I mean, come on. This teacher's like, I don't want the responsibility of carrying these kids. I'm not carrying their work. They need to go on and they need to do it and they need to submit it. No late papers allowed, this and that. I don't want the responsibility. Like, what? Not only that, like, it's like, oh my gosh. It's so dramatic. And these teachers are messy. A lot of them, like, I've had a lot of experience. I have teenage kids. I've, dealt with schools. And it's like, a lot of them are dramatic. And a lot of them are just filled with drama. Like with this whole mask stuff going on with schools. Here in Fort Bend, we were good. We don't need masks. Then it's like, we need masks. Then over the weekend, no, you don't need a mask. It's like, can you imagine the psychological damage that is being done to kids right now all over this world? Seriously. It's so politicized. It's so politicized and it's so obvious. But people are terrified to speak about it. And I'm not thinking of who's right or wrong. I don't care about if you're vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated, if you're a masker, if you're a not masker. The bottom line is you want everyone, to wear a mask to help the health and benefit the health and safety of other people. But there are some people who suffer medical issues, and when they wear a mask, they get sick. Do you see? The pendulum always swings. And when you have the Australian Prime Minister coming out and saying that the unvaccinated are vulnerable because of the vaccinated. Now, remind you, this is in Australia, where they're under extreme lockdowns. They're protesting in the streets. They've lost all their freedom. Remember, they gave up their guns after a couple of those shootings, and they were like, Trump, white race, and oh my God, we gotta get the guns. And by the way, they're trying to get it. They're going after our guns again. They're doing it. They're doing it now. You already got Elizabeth, Pocahontas, Chief, Indian, Foot, whatever she goes by, whatever she identifies with, going around talking about gun control. And remember, you guys have to remember, this all started with 2 weeks. Then it was 30 days. Then it's this. Then it's that. Then we had things happen in America, and Australia was like, you know what? We have BLM movement. We need gun control, and everybody gave up their weapons. And now look at them. They can't leave their house. They're stuck there. And the PM is saying that until 70% of the population is double dosed, they can't return and they cannot get some of their freedoms back. They have to earn it back. They have to earn they can earn some of their freedoms back by getting double vaccinated. And if you don't get vaccinated, you're not allowed to participate in society. I'm sorry. Who elected you to be my controller, my owner, my slave? Do people get it? That's why people are protesting in the streets. When you got police and military patrolling your own streets, keeping you locked up in your house like you're a criminal because of a virus, and now there's a new lambent virus or lambent. I don't. They got all these. There's 10 of them, or no, 10 or 12, maybe 12 variants that they gave Greek names, right? And we're on lambent now. We got over. This variant was supposed to take us all out. Remember, this was the deadliest of all. Delta was the deadliest of all. We're all gonna die. It's over. Go get vaccinated now. And now it's like now the Lambert, I don't know. Strain is here. The variant. Oh my God, the ICUs are overflowing. Ah. Okay. Well, in Texas, we have an open border, and you happen to let a lot of people over the border. And a lot of those people come here sick, about to go into labor. A lot of them aren't being tested for COVID or quarantining. And it's like a free for all at the border, south. And you got, you know, a lot of people who are very naive to this, like the actual consequences that come from really bad politics and feelings based facts. Feelings based facts destroy civilizations. Having a having two different thoughts, actually having a multitude of perspectives is healthy because you can come to different conclusions, different theories, and that's how fundamentally science works. It's you it's not just, well, this expert, like, does anybody realize they're going by TV doctor experts? Like, does anybody look up their history and what they've really done? I mean, does anybody ever look into anything anymore? Does anybody ever? I know you're not allowed to think for yourself, and Facebook says, hey, if you have a family member who's thinking for themselves, you call and report that. Do you know how weaponized that could be? If somebody gets mad at you, they are a Christian conservative and they have a gun. I think they're a threat. I mean, no. Why don't people understand that? Like, I mean, not only that, but a lot of people, like, on Twitter are talking about, like, I can't believe I've voted for Biden. I wish I never voted for Biden. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, then it's like, a lot of people are talking about how all those conspiracies, are happening. Like how, like people like me try to warn you, what was coming. And, everybody says, oh, that's crazy conspiracy. And then they're like, no, well, now it's changed because the circumstances, and that's always what they do. The powers that be, every time, things are looking on the up, it's like, oh no, gosh, man, oh, well, we got to do this again. Well, who said? Like, I don't think people realize that these are elected officials, okay? And we know a lot of things have been corrupted, manipulated, and all that. And that's what I mean by, like, the 3D matrix. Because people are stuck in, like, The Bachelor on TV. And you notice how, like, as adults right now, we have all these game shows and we're all competing to win money. And people are like, I want to pay off my student loan. I want to pay off my credit card debt from COVID. It's like, yeah, after they killed middle America and corporations kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it's like, let's go play on game shows and Big Brother so we can pay off our debt to these fat ass fuckers. Does anybody get that? And the thing is collectively, we're manifesting this because whatever energy level we're feeling as a collective, okay, if If you're angry, if you're focused on this and that and that and this, that is literally you're giving the universe that attention. So every commercial you see, every ad, everything on social media and people, it gets your dopamine going, it gets your heart rate going, and then people become addicted to it, especially people who don't have anything else to do. They don't have kids, they don't have hobbies, they don't have anything, or they're paid to sit there and do that. So it's like counter opposition, but it's also a form of manipulation and menticide to where it's like a mass psyop. And people don't understand we don't have to listen to them. You could say, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to open my employment and you're not going to take my guns because you know what? Look at Chicago. El Salvador is safer than Chicago. Okay? Look at all the people trying to recall these Democrats. And what do we have? Mainstream media doing all these like fluff pieces. We got Biden. Like, what the fuck, dude? This is not real. Like, we live in a simulation. And people are manifesting this because if you didn't watch TV, you didn't have social media or Google, if you just put your phone down and just walk away from it and just, look into some documentaries or actual things that are not pertaining to a celebrity's opinion or a TV doctor or one of their experts, because when you look into it, all their TV experts and the mayors and governors in those Democratic states, those healthcare providers, they donate a lot of money to their campaigns. I'm telling you, it's all about the money. Follow the money. And the reason Texas is under attack because the Clinton Foundation is the stakeholder in Harris County health system. I don't even think people realize how bad it is because people would rather be in denial than have to admit, like, no, this isn't right. It's not right. It's not right to teach kids hate, and it's not right that on every single commercial on TV now, you don't have like a black couple with black kids or a white couple with white kids or a Chinese with just Chinese kids or Indian with Indians or Muslims, whatever. Everything's all interracial and like my brother, my nephew had a sleepover and I was asking my brother, well, who is it, boy or girl? What is the deal? Like, is it a little girlfriend? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? He's like, well, it's one of those things where they don't identify. And every time I asked, they get all pissed off and start yelling at me. So he's like, I just don't ask anymore. And I'm like, dude, I have the same problem. Who doesn't? It's confusing. And honestly, I want to know how to respect because I call people ma'am, sir. Like, I don't, what is wrong with that? Like, why do I have to change how I speak because of how you feel and what offends you? It offends me that you don't respect that I'm old school and have a certain set of manners. I don't understand I'm neither. Well, if you're neither, then why do y'all need certain rights and certain gender qualifications? If you don't identify with either, then what do you need all these other special things for? If you don't, does anybody realize it's all crazy making? And while all this crazy making is going on, and everybody's distracted, by like Kim Kardashian coming out wearing a wedding dress while Kanye performs. Oh my God. And like Khloe Kardashian dating Travis Barker. Oh my God. And then, did y'all see the newscast where the chick's talking? And then it's just like abruptly interrupted. And it's a satanic church worshiping Satan. A little clip of them worshiping Satan. And the chick is just like, I'm like, really? They're not even hiding it anymore. And then on TV the other day, I'm in the kitchen doing dishes, and there's a guy on TV, and he's an actor, and his shirt says "Hail Satan." So then I start looking it up. Sure enough, "Hail Satan" is everywhere over this country. Like, it's a real thing. Like, "Hail Satan." It's "Hail Satan." And people are just like, "Oh, this is normal." I mean, I can honestly think about it as a corporation stance, because the guy who funded it basically, what is his name? He's got like one bad eye. I don't know how to explain it, but hold on. Satanic Church. Satanic Church. What is his name? What is his name? You guys, I'm the worst at this. I know. I don't know. He did like a whole thing where he did for like a movement where they can have that monument, the Satanic Temple and all that kind of stuff, and also for them to be recognized as tax exemption. Oh, that's his name. It's Lucian Greaves, Lucin. No, Lucien. Oh, I need my glasses. Glasses. Lucin Greaves. He's the co-founder and spokesman for the Satanic Temple, Front Person, Satanic Planet, Patreon. Okay, this started in like 2015, okay? But honestly, if you think about it from a business point, look at how much like nonprofits make and all that. They make a killing. They make a ton of money off of religion. Like, the religious community has been so corrupted by opportunists from the very beginning of time. Like, since the rise, even in like ancient times, like um, when the main rulers were fighting for, who's going to be in power, what they did is they had to fund their army, their military. So they would make fake relics to draw in papal. That's what they called them, like people's like worshippers, to bring in the worshippers because they needed that donation. And then they were like, okay, well, if you want to be forgiven for the sin, pay this much. So it became a money thing. And honestly, Christianity got lost within that, because what God was teaching us is that we have the power to heal ourselves within. You have a third eye here. You have a second brain in your stomach that everything relies on over your emotions and your state of mind, and whether you're vibrating low or you're very high positive. And that's the thing. The people that are running this shit show, they want us to stay very, very, very low. Because just like when you hear a certain type of music, you get goosebumps, you're all pumped up, and then some music you hear and you're depressed and you're just like, I don't want to do anything. Well, we've been getting nothing but that depressed vibe since 2015. And you've had people now traumatized and probably have PTSD and scared for their fucking lives and their kids' lives. Trust me, I went and got COVID vaccine or not vaccinated. I went and got this COVID test. I was like freaking out. It was like, it. Why? What is wrong with me? And then it's like I'm anemic. Duh. But still, it screws with your head when you get all the, and that's what it is. That's what menticide is. It's through, you notice how every TV station is the same concept, same talking points, everything is the same. Nothing is different. It's all the same, because the more you keep saying something, the more people believe it. And when they're talking in commercials, they're at a frequency that is very low vibrational. That's why they don't want churches around. That's why they make fun of Christians and Jews and they hate us. And, all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, you know, we have to respect certain people. I mean, it's just insane. And also the fact that people are normalizing the Taliban, you know, as, they're going to run their own country now. It's for them to deal with. I say, dude, weird suspect timing, okay? It's right before 9/11. Not only that, you left a ton of our, like Apache helicopters, biomatrix technology. Um, they left all this intelligence and data there. We're talking like government level, security level stuff. They basically have American military technology. And now, why do you think Russia and China are wanting it in? Why do you think they want in? Because what they can do is reverse engineer our technology, and then they can find our weaknesses in what we use to protect ourselves to use that against us. Does anybody realize this is a massive psyop? They're creating all these other things that you think you belong to or you identify with, or cancel culture and celebrities this and blah 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 blah. No, none of it is real. If you literally just stop talking to them, ignore them, laugh at them, tell them they're full of shit, you're a liar. Evil people don't like that. Evil people want you to fear them. These people literally live off of people's fear. And they got me. I went and got a COVID test. Ugh, I can't stand it. And just like with the whole COVID thing, they're not really identifying anything, but yet we have to get like passports and all this other stuff. And another thing, guys, when they, you sign up to do the whole vaccine passport and you start getting vaccinated, you know how they're starting that booster? Well, if you don't get that booster 6 months, every 6 months, you're considered unvaccinated. If you've had 2 shots and you didn't go get that booster, you're unvaccinated. You get it? And of course, Joe Biden is running the show. And it's not even Biden. We know it's Obama. It's here. It's here. We're going to war. Nancy Pelosi is pushing through. I'm pretty sure it already passed. But we got the Chinese at the Canadian border and our southern border that's open to everything. All right. You got sleeper cells in America. You got China and, the other people with the sleeper cells joining up. Russia has been talked mad shit about for years because of their hate for Trump. Karma is real. Do you see how all this is like coming right back at us? But it's all corrupted. And I love how people just kind of push off the death toll and the seriousness of the people that are left behind at that airport. You literally have women throwing their babies, just give them their kids away. Because as a mother, I would have to honestly fear for my kid's life to be like, here, take my kid. But the media portrays it as like, they're going to respect women's rights. Dude, they're using our military helicopters right now, and they're hanging people and flying it around to show everybody else what's going on. There's people with their heads cut off. Oh my God. What is being hidden from the masses is unreal. But through technology, like, how Kamala got the Havana syndrome? No, it's weaponized technology frequency. It's the CIA, it's documented, you can look it up. The CIA, it's like Havana syndrome. I don't know, Kamala Harris has it. But it's been already documented that they use frequencies, sound technology to affect people where they can make them depressed, suicidal, angry, hostile, submissive. They can do that through sound. And if you think that's crazy, you should look into Rife frequencies and Dr. Royal Rife. This is all real stuff. All real stuff. And, I've noticed in the grocery stores lately, they're like starting to limit things again. And shelves are looking a little more bare here and there. And I'm just like, Then I thought, well, let me just Google something for shits and giggles. So I go online and Google, are basically trying to figure out these FEMA camps for COVID, isolation centers, whatever, dissonance is real. So, how about in Texas, they're hiring tens and thousands of people, and they've been doing it since the beginning of this pandemic to work for Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, uh, isolation centers, detention centers. They're everywhere. Everywhere. That's the job growth going on. And why isn't the public being made aware that these mass centers, they're called green zones, are being opened? And they passed Bill HR 666, Bill HR 111. Look into this stuff. We don't have rights anymore, people. They're gone. You gave up your free will. You allowed this crap. Now look at the people in Australia. Now you know why they're censoring the news, because people are waking up. But, it doesn't help when, people just sit on their ass and bitch about it and complain and tweet and post memes. Just like the meme of the Taliban dancing to Drake and eating ice cream with Biden. This shit isn't funny. Do you know how many people are dying over there? And we literally handed the Taliban weapons to kill us with. Not only that, they left 59 German shepherds that are worth like 2 million apiece that are like bombs. I mean, these dogs are like hybrid, like worth a lot of money. They can train them and breed them and reverse engineer the DNA to breed all of these dogs to attack us. Does anybody ever think there are people who are opportunists? Everybody's just so trusting in America. Well, the terrorists, they said they're going to be nice now and they're going to let women vote. No, that's not how it works. God damn it. And it's so bad because kids are not learning anything in school either. Like, I was talking to a lady at my daughter's school. She was saying that high schoolers, they don't even know cursive. I'm like, oh my God, this is the future of our kids. And all of them are going to have PTSD or dropouts. Like, what they're doing to kids is bad. They've already closed 3 schools in my district and switched to virtual for 2 weeks. No, it's called midterms. Midterms are coming up. We're got to fight over those voting rights, not all the people that are suffering and miserable because we're literally considered collateral damage at this point. We're just collateral damage. Oh, those citizens. Oh, those people. Like Gavin Newsom. I do this and that. He even did like a little thing where he went and cleaned up in the street. Just like Lori Lightfoot, all these people, they're disgusting. Ilhan Omar, man, if y'all don't see, Obama is running this from behind the scene. Like I said, like a long time ago. He is a Muslim, okay? He let go some very questionable people that ended up bombing that airport, and he swears to the Holy Quran. He questionable conspiracy, citizen or not. This, if you look in the UK, all over the world, okay, these so-called terrorists have been running all their people All the Muslims. I'm not saying Muslims are bad. I'm just saying the radical terrorist ones that want to kill off all Christians, Jews, what anybody who's not them. You know, those type. So they've all like pretty much taken over a lot of countries, you know, because a lot of politicians buckled down and gave in to this mask man behind the curtain, whoever is pulling the strings on this shit show. But at the end of the day, this is Obama's agenda to make America a Muslim, well, radical Muslim republic, honestly. Why do you think they have Sharia policing in New York and Minnesota? They have their Muslim patrol. This has been going on under your nose. Like Laura Loomer, Alex Jones, all these people have been trying to tell y'all. Nobody listens. And then now, after everything Alex Jones has been saying, after everything everybody, like I've done videos and everything that has happened, that I've done a video, it's happened. And I'm just sitting here like, and it's hard when you know it's coming and you're just sitting there like, people, come on, don't be so naive, you know? And I honestly think it's all we're manifesting this reality. We live in a simulation. What we think, we attract, you know? So when you have nothing but hate and negativity in your media, your music, your everything around you, it's just hate and division and separation. And not only that, satanic. I mean, in Switzerland, they got the statue of this god they worship eating a baby. And they got all sorts of crazy art going up right now with like angels eating babies. I'm like, what is going on? Like, hail Satan, which is normal. Like, God help us all. God help us. And people, whatever you do, just pay attention to your body, seriously, and take care of yourself, because your body sends you signals that, like, I've been getting signals about like stuff that could have, like, that would have told me I was anemic, but I didn't think about it, you know, because I'm always distracted with other things. So when you work and you got kids and you're busy a lot, you really should take at least like 30 minutes a day to just take some time to yourself, listen to a meditation, just kind of zone out so you can just like unclog your brain, unclog your mind. I don't care what you identify with, what political party, like, I don't claim either right now. I don't want any of this. I don't want any part of what's going on because it's demonic as fuck. It's demonic. They're all in the same boat together. They're just quailing us until they scare everybody into doing what they're told. Oh, it's so exhausting. It's like it's literally right in front of people's faces. Like, it's right there. Right there. Right here. Right here. And they're like, I got my mask on, taking a selfie, being so cool. And it's like, God damn you people. If stop taking selfies with masks. Just don't do it. Just stop. Y'all just stop. It's like we're not in high school. Sorry, I got a hair in my eye. We're not in high school. Okay? If you are spending more time trying to find something to pick apart and analyze so you can get attention on social media to make it look like you care because you need a girl, you need to find a therapist. You do. You need a therapist. And it's like Revenge of the Nerds right now. I swear to God. Oh, sorry. Swear to God. No, I swear. It's just Jesus. And then like I screw with my dogs. I'm like, because they're like, you know, greedy when it comes to their treats. And I'm like, it's gluttony and it's a sin. You're not going to make it in the rapture. You're not rapture ready. And I'm just like, please let the rapture come. And then I was thinking, dude, what if I'm that one person who's in the church and like the rapture happened that Sunday, and everybody's gone but me, and I'm like, God, please forgive me. But you know what? I think at the end of the day, we can sit here and worry and stress ourselves to death about what if and what can be and possibilities. But at the end of the day, we just have to live in the present moment and not feed our energy to this beast who's running this shit, because it's negative. And I just I don't I don't get it anymore. I don't, like when I watch TV. I don't watch TV, but like when I watch it, I'm like, damn, that's brutal. Like I can't believe they're saying that stuff. Or I don't know. It's just it blows my mind. And it does a lot of people. And honestly, I think that for as many safe spaces, and I mean, not being sarcastic and like being facetious, like I think parents and families who have conservative viewpoints, and well, no, because I'm like conservative but liberal. Like I'm conservative as like I value life. I don't think you should harm others. You shouldn't kill and steal and do all that. But I also think if you want to be a prostitute, go be a fucking prostitute. But don't ask anybody else to be responsible for whatever happens as the consequence. You know what I mean? And just pay taxes, whatever, be a hoe. And then you don't have so many people coming in and out of jails. I mean, there's just a lot of things in the system that are screwed up. You know, like I believe, yeah, if there are some circumstances where somebody needs a smortion, but I believe it should be stopped at a certain point. And I believe that it should have a certain, you know, advisory board that audits all of them to make sure they're not in with any of these activists or George Soros lovers. Speaking of which, Sky News is actually exposing George Soros. It's sad that I have to watch other countries' news stations to figure out what's going on. But anyways, I've been talking forever. Yeah, 42. Anyways, like I was saying, you guys, just make sure that you're checking your vitamin intake and all that, because honestly, I have not felt so clear-headed and energized when I wake up. I mean, I feel a lot better, and I just completely changed my diet. I just had a full blood workup done, found out that I needed more vitamin D. And when you start eating better, you are what you eat, you know? And you are what you drink. Like, I realize I'm drinking way too much wine. So I pretty much stopped drinking. Yeah, pretty much. Like, in the past month, I've had like 2 glasses of wine and maybe 2 beers. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. When you realize the quality of food that we buy and that we purchase really doesn't have any value to it, and then you start looking into all these other things, you realize a lot of emotional things or physical elements or illnesses all stem from what you eat and how you think. Therefore, I think, therefore I am. We are literally, collectively, hating each other, dividing each other, doing all this because somebody on a TV said so. How do you know them? We don't know these. You don't know them. It's like I can understand if you trust your mom or your dad, but just some random person on TV that's who you get everything from. I don't know. Pray for humanity, you guys, because it looks like Taiwan and Japan under siege a little, and then you got Russia and China with Iran. You got Israel and Palestine. I mean, it's bad, especially with the weather and all that. Like, if you don't believe in the Book of Revelations, you so should. You should, and you should just start living a healthier life too. Makes you think clearly, and don't be on social media so much. Like, I pretty much don't even go on my Instagram anymore because I'm just so shadow banned. It's unreal. It's like even my like people that I'm friends with, they're like, dude, I never see your posts. I'm like, seriously? I haven't posted, and I do. I'll go on a different device, and like All my video counts are different. All the likes are different. All my subscriber counts different on all these different devices I sign in on. Why? How is that normal? It's not. And that's the sad part. Since when did sitting around and just talking or being able to joke become such a sin? And that's what they did in the early times. And that's how the Vatican and all that got so corrupted with these royal families, like the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the royals. They're the original ones that conquered, and it was bloody and horrible. Look up their past and their family heritage. I mean, my God, everybody wants to tear everybody apart, but the truth is, we're all born a slave race. None of us are free. We have free will, but you gave it up. Then you're submissive. But just because you are submissive and you did what you were told because you're weak, well, you shouldn't force people who don't agree with you to agree with you either. Because right now there is a large chunk of people who are getting very, very pissed off for being lied to all the time. Being lied to sucks. So, guys, I'm praying for you. I love you. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Wish me luck. Hopefully, I will get a video done on Wednesday. I'm going to try to do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays again regularly. And stay healthy. Sweet dreams. Bye.